Good morning, it's Tuesday, which means it's time for a tutorial. And today it's not really a tutorial, it's more of a kind of stumbling or walk through trying to do something that you might want to do and see if I, idiot that I am, can actually do it. And what is it? Well, we're going to look at Gyroscope. Now, if you saw our Magic Money film last week, you would have seen me talk about some of these extraordinary magical money protocols like Alchemix, like Anchor, that can do extraordinary things. Gyrosoft is a stablecoin, but it's a algorithmic stablecoin, and it manages its peg in some very unusual ways. Now, the thing is, stablecoins are inherently useful, fascinating. There's tons of them. But 4 years ago, we didn't really think about them very much. And since then, it's become more and more apparent that if you want a decentralized finance DeFi ecosystem that can actually function, then you need stablecoins. You need to have some kind of stable entity within that. Now, there is a philosophical debate here, of course, which says, why are we pegging ourselves to a currency which we know we don't actually want, i.e. fiat? So yes, it's all very well pegging the value of something to $1, but if you don't have inherent trust in the dollar, then what is that stablecoin worth? That's a debate for another day. But fundamentally, it's this. The most common stablecoins that we have, USDT, USDC, they have compromises built into them. USDT, I believe that they're starting to address some of the questions that people have had about them. But I did an entire film about Tether and what has been happening there, and I still didn't have all my questions answered. It's not a stablecoin that I personally would feel comfortable with. So that brings us to USDC. You think USDC, awesome. It's the Thanos twins, the Winklevosses, it's Gemini, it's Circle, it's based in New York. How could it be wrong? The problem with USDC is this. They can blacklist your address. And that means if they can blacklist your address, they can stop you moving your money around. And how is that any better than the legacy banking system? Now, you may not believe me, but it's actually true. USDC can say, you, human, can't have your money. So that is why we have decentralized options like DAI. And DAI is pegged to Ether and some other stable coins now, but sorry, some other cryptocurrencies now, not stable coins. But it has opened the door for other experimentations in meta stablecoins and also in algorithmic stablecoins. And algorithmic stablecoins have had a, let's say, checkered history over the last couple of months and years. Faye was the most recent one, which launched a great fanfare, but it was problematic. And it may well be that actually those early teething problems or those early seeming problems were not problems at all. And it was just what needs to happen for something like that to achieve equilibrium. We don't know. But that brings us to Gyroscope. Gyroscope aims to solve some of the issues that Faye had. It won't necessarily solve all of them, but it's certainly a novel way of approaching the problem. And if you truly believe in decentralization, then you should really take a look at fully decentralized stablecoins like algorithmic stablecoins to try and understand how they could better protect you when really bad things happen. In the case of MakerDAO, there's the infamous Black Thursday event where there were just liquidation after liquidation that triggered a number of different base protocols to fail. And it was really bad. And it left a lot of people questioning whether DAI was really suited to the robust qualities that are required of a truly stable coin. Anyway, none of that really matters. What really matters today is that these communities in DeFi are open, which means that you, me, anybody can join in and can get involved. And that doesn't necessarily mean that we should. Maybe you're not interested, but if you want to, you can. So I thought today we would look at trying to join the Gyroscope Alpha testnet. And why? Well, it's personal preference here. I spoke to these guys. I really like what they're trying to do. And I like the non-hypey way that they've gone about it. It's very academic. And I thought it would be an interesting exercise to take on. So the other thing is that when I was working at Harmony, we also had a testnet, and it was very, very difficult. It was basically a simulation to get people to sign up and plug in their nodes and start running transactions on the testnet to see whether the protocol worked as it should. But I remember there was a lot of code I had to input, a lot of pseudo yum going on through terminal, and I had no idea what I was doing. And I would type in the codes every day and resync my node, but honestly, I had no idea what I was doing. And ever since then, I've kind of been a bit wary of joining in testnet games and these kind of things because I have this feeling that they're not for me. And that's probably the same feeling that you have. But I don't think that's necessarily the case. And I think as these things mature, they open up to people. Why you would want to get involved at this stage? Well, there's a couple of reasons. Don't let high gas costs keep you out of Ethereum. At Balancer, you can trade all you want to get most of the gas costs back in your pocket. In their new BAL for Gas campaign, traders are receiving 6 figures worth of BAL tokens every week. And with version 2 just around the corner, Balancer is becoming the one-stop shop for DeFi liquidity. Balancer version 2 brings stable pools and weighted pools tightly integrated under a single protocol, flash loans, lending via asset managers, and much more. Check it out at balancer.finance. Getting to know a community behind a stablecoin is a great way to learn about that stablecoin, to learn about the risks inherent in that. And the more you understand about the risks involved in the currencies that you choose to reside your wealth in or your value in, then I think that's a good thing. And secondly, it's actually really fun learning about the different checks and balances that are in place to keep a stablecoin actually stable. And I didn't say this in the film previously, but how I liken this is if you have a stablecoin, it's like having an oil rig or a drilling platform that's sitting in the middle of the sea and it has to be kept in place. And it's being battered on all sides by the elements. There's wind, there's water, and potentially earthquakes as well. So these drilling platforms have to be incredibly robust and they have to remain in place. So they're constantly adjusting all sorts of different parameters to allow them to stay safely in place, because the consequences of a failure in something like a drilling platform are incredibly serious. So it's kind of like that. Whereas, you have other protocols where it's just allowed to just go wherever it wants in the wind. So funnily enough, the Gyroscope calls their testnet the all-weather simulator. So enough of me talking. I could talk about stablecoins for hours. I find them fascinating. But let's get into the meat of this. The Gyrosoft all-weather simulator. So where you want to go to is their Medium page to get started. If you just type into Google or DuckDuckGo, if that's your browser of choice, just type in the Gyrosoft all-weather simulator, and you will be greeted by their Medium page. And it gives you some kind of funky graphics. Already I'm in. It feels like a game. It feels like a fun thing. Actually reminds me of being like 12 and playing flight simulators and thinking, yes, this is an amazing idea, but my God, is it boring. Okay, the game has already started. What do we need to do? We can go on the Gyroscope Alpha testnet. Something to bear in mind here is they say no prohibitive gas fees. Yes, when you play on testnet, there's no gas fee to pay. It's basically free for you to do. And if we go to the test page, we are greeted by Gyroscope, the new all-weather stablecoin. And that is it. That is it. So we need a bit more information than that. Where are we going to find this information? Well, 2 things we need to do. Join the Discord. So I have already joined the Discord, which is here. And we're also going to need some instructions. Now, I believe there's a tutorial somewhere for this. And we just need to find out where that is. It's up here. Okay, great. So I can connect my wallet. I'm going to do that now. That's the first thing I'm going to do. So the first thing it tells me here is that Network 1 is not supported. Network 1 is the main Ethereum network. And to get into the test game, it's actually running on Kovan. Not MetaKovan, but Kovan. And to do that, we just go up to MetaMask, switch to the Kovan testnet. There's a bunch of other testnets. Don't need to worry about those. Go to Kovan. And we'll see that we have 0 ETH in that wallet. And if I reload the page now, yes, now we're in. So this all looks very exciting. So it says, to mint underlying input coins, join our Discord and post your address in the testnet faucet channel. So let's have a look at the game. To complete level 1, you need to mint Gyro dollars using Gyro's primary market AMM through this website and provide liquidity to Gyro's secondary market AMM through Balancer's UI. Check our blog post for more details. So obviously I haven't completed anything yet. I'm going to open that up. Is that the... Yep. Okay, great. So now I'm in level 1. So the first level of the Gyroscope all-weather simulator is out today, 5th of April. Okay, cool. So here we go. So the walkthrough is here. We get Coven ETH for gas using our Twitter faucet, mint test coins from the faucet, mint gyro dollars in the PAMM. Something happens here. There's no more words. I guess that's what Gyroscope is doing. And then we provide gyro dollar liquidity in the SAMM. The PAMM and the SAMM are Gyroscope's version of automated market makers that effectively provide 2 gates of access for stablecoins to buy in. It's quite a complicated system, but in their words, it helps provide stability. So, how to get Coven ETH? Oh, look, the Coven faucets crashed on launch day. That's helpful. So we deployed an emergency faucet to get Coven ETH, tweet like this, inserting your own ETH address. I actually saw that in Discord there was a testnet faucet. Let's give that a go to see if that works, because I'm just going to copy my address. Just do here. And then go to Discord, type this in, see what happens. Let's see. It might take a bit of time for testnet tokens to come in. So we can also it says tweet like this. Let's see what it says. Coven ETH for Gyroscope weather simulator Gyrostable. Okay. So there's my address. And then we say Coven ETH for hashtag Gyrosoft weather simulator at Gyrostable. See if that works. There are other ways to get Coven testnet tokens. Let's see if we can unlock some of those as well. I think if I type in Coven testnet tokens, there's normally a website where you can get these things. It's been a while since I did this. But let's check. Any tokens come through? No testnet ETH. I was looking at this earlier this morning, and I did find what I was looking for. Sometimes it's not as obvious as you want. Maybe we'll find it in Discord. Let's see. Oh, there we go. I've got a thumbs up. Does that mean they've been sent? No, nothing yet. Activity, no. Let's see. We can look up the address on Etherscan. See if there's anything coming through. No transactions. Okay, let's see. Okay, there we go. We can go to the faucet. Okay, there we go. So if we go to faucet.coven.network, this faucet allows you to request Coven Ether to be used on the Coven Ethereum testnet. This is not real net, real mainnet ETH. Oh, you need a GitHub account to do that. Okay, well, hopefully the methods I've used will get me some tokens. Let's just have to wait and see if that happens. Or I can create an account. That would also work. I guess we wait. Ooh, another sponsor. We all know the feeling of paying high fees and waiting for transactions to confirm when interacting with DeFi. Well, no more. Solana has built a fast, censorship-resistant blockchain where you can build and use crypto apps that scale today. The network supports thousands of transactions per second with fees less than a cent and over 500 validators. To learn more, head over to solana.com/Defiant to get started building and join its rapidly expanding community. Now, back to the tutorial. Okay, so I have now set up a GitHub account because I still haven't received any Coven ETH, so I need to find a different way to do this. So I set up a GitHub account, it's free, and I now need to authorize Parity to interact with my account, which I'm going to do. So now I can paste in my ETH address and ask it to send me Keth, or Coven ETH. Hopefully that's going to do that now and send me some tokens. Keth on its way. See the transaction on Etherscan. I can check that. This transaction has been included in block number 243474778 and will be reflected in a short while. It's a good thing I got coffee this morning. There we go. This is a Coven testnet transaction only. Success. Hopefully this will now show up in my wallet, and there it is, 2 ETH. So that was a bit of a workaround. The Twitter method didn't work, or maybe it did, I don't know. The Discord method didn't work. It's still saying thumbs up, doesn't say that it's actually happened. And fine, whatever. We at least now have some test tokens. We can move on to the next phase. See, there's always a bit of a stumble through these things, but that's how you learn, right? So now, you can go to the Gyroscope app, use the cheat code to mint all the test tokens you'll need in a single click. All right, so we're here. We're going to go back to home. To mint underlying input coins, join our Discord and post address in the testnet faucet channel. I've done that. So the question is, what is it asking us to do? Let's go back to the tutorial. Install MetaMask on a browser and follow the setups, blah, 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 blah. Use your test tokens to mint and redeem gyro dollars. All right. This shouldn't be that difficult. Can I just type in 1,000 USDC, 1,000 DAI, and 1,000 SUSD? Let's look. Go to our Gyroscope, use the cheat code to mint all the test tokens you need in a single click. Okay. Not entirely sure what it means here. So what I need to do is just check in the wallet. I think, so we have this. Let's have a look what's actually gone on here. Account details, view on Etherscan. Okay, that's what's happened here. So we have, unknown to us, also received a bunch of other tokens. So the 2 ETH came in, boom. But we also received 1,000 SUSD, 1,000 BUSD, 1,000 DAI, and 1,000 USDC, as well as a wrapped ETH. So that is what's going on here, and that's what means that when we go into the game here, we can actually put in the full complement of USDC, DAI, BUSD, 1,000 SUSD in these lovely bubbles here. No idea where they're bubbles, they just are. So that means that we can then mint. So that's why they call it a cheat code, because normally you would have to go and acquire these assets, but they just build them for you. But it doesn't tell you that that's what's going on. However, with Etherscan, you can go and check, and now that's what has happened. So if I try and go higher, you've exceeded your balance. Yeah, there you go. So now I'm guessing we click on mint, and that's going to give us an estimated 6,074 GYD with a slippage of 0%. Can I bring that down? I can. Not that it makes much difference. Okay, let's mint. Now, it will tell you that it's going to cost you 9 cents to do this. This isn't real money. It's testnet money, so we don't care. Money, money, money. And we're going to confirm that. we have to confirm it for every asset. Yes. Confirm DAI, BUSD, SUSD. Yes, confirm it. 9 cents. All that lovely. Yeah. Wow, it's cheap. So cheap. Interestingly here, we've got a circulation of 196,867,761 GYD with a collateralization ratio of 102%, which means they've got 2% more collateral than they need. System health? Healthy. But yeah, this is the testnet. Of course it's healthy. Of course it's healthy. Now, let's see what the next phase of this is. So we've minted all the test tokens we need in a single click. Now onto the real part. It says step 3. In the Gyroscope app, mint Gyro dollars by depositing some of your test tokens into the Gyroscope reserve. This is how the primary market automated market maker works, which is the PAMM. It provides mint and redeem quotes that bound the market price of Gyro dollars. It doesn't matter how many times I read this. It's still like, okay, all right, I believe you. I believe you. I've minted Gyro dollars using the PMM. So that was what I basically did. Now I need to add liquidity to the SAMM. Where do I do that? Where do I do that? All right, let's go back into the tutorial. Okay, finally put your Gyro dollars into action. Go to the secondary market here and add liquidity as you would. All right, that makes more sense. So basically just need to add liquidity now. Max. Oh, I need to connect a wallet. All right. Let's try that again. Connect wallet. Yes. Thank you. Now we can add liquidity. Max. We want to go to single asset. Max. I agree. Okay, so there's multi-asset entry, so you would have to have USDC in order to do that, but we can do single assets. So we have our GYD that we just minted, which is the PMM phase of this. Still so much to learn here, but kind of getting there, and now we can do 6074.53 GYD. Adding liquidity will incur 0.06% of slippage. We don't care because it's a testnet. Create a proxy contract to manage liquidity on balance. So this is a one-time action. Will save you gas in the long run. I'm good with that. Set up proxy. Confirm that. And now I believe it will just take care of itself. We've successfully created a proxy. Okay, good. And now we can unlock GYD. I imagine if you did this on the real Ethereum network, it'd be quite expensive. But let's see, it's 54 cents it's telling me on testnet. So, but we don't care because it's not real money. And now, I believe that's the final step of phase 1, at least, of the testnet. We've unlocked GYD. Now we can add liquidity. Okay, here we go. This is the last phase. Isn't it nice to have a fast Ethereum network to work on? You've successfully added liquidity. So I can go to my dashboard. Nothing going on here. I can't see anything. Okay, so let's go back here to, we need to go to the app. That's where we need to go to. So I'm now going to look at going back into, where is the, there we go. That's what I want. So now if I look at the game, it'll tell me I've completed level 1. So that was it. And that was a pretty stumbly way of getting through it, but it just goes to show I know quite a lot about these things, but it's still, there's a lot of things that can trip you up and a lot of things that kind of just need a bit of thought. Personally, I need to do more work on adding liquidity to pools and understanding how these different AMMs work. But inherently, I mean, what did that take? That was like 20 minutes. And that's only level 1. So there's going to be another level to this as well. And what do you get for joining in the game? Well, I'm sure there'll be rewards for people for doing this and for helping test the system. There'll be more games as well, I'm sure. So if you do want to get involved with this, you can join the Discord. I will leave all the links to what I've been doing in the description below. But yeah, inherently, that wasn't that difficult. And I'm kind of intrigued to see where this goes next. But treat it as a game. Treat it as a way to learn more about AMMs, about balancer pools, and about collateralization and checks and balances for stablecoins. Because honestly, I think it's fascinating. I will see you next week. Peace.